Good morning, pregame crew. How are ya? It is Monday, May 6th, 2024, 6:25 a.m. Mountain Time, 8:25 a.m. Eastern. Good morning. Welcome to the show. This is a show where I go over indices, commodities, crypto, movers, and shakers of the day. My goal is to get you ready for the trading day. Do about 25 charts in 25 minutes. I jump on early to do an A/B check and say hello to my friends and take a few chart requests. Thank you, Night Truck. Appreciate that. Good morning, Shake and Bake. Hey, Tom, Rob, Greg, Casey, Topher. Hey, Sam, RD, Paula, Mr. Gugster, One-Liner, Hector, Tess, Sir Fernando, Success, Duke the Fool. No problem. Let's go back up to the top and see what chart request I have. I think I just saw OSCR will be first. Oscar Health up 2% in pre-market. This is a nice rounded bottom. Haven't heard of this before. Looks like it IPO'd back in 2021. This is what you want to see. That's a smiley face. That's a rounded bottom. A bull slowly turning and burning. And you got a rounded bottom here. I would call 1869 and 1855 a double top at this point. You need more follow through than that, but that's a pretty chart. You found another one. Success. It's built in your name. Yeah, they have good. Looks like earnings is tomorrow, and they have good volume. So be careful with earnings. Good morning, PNW. Dollar Tree Farmer, EB. PLTR, we got a gap up. Gap rules apply. We're getting over the daily 50 MA, which was at 23.37. We're over 24.10. Next resistance, $25 psychological, then 25.48. Don't like this bearish RSI divergence right now, but bulls still have it. Bulls are in control. So gap rules, the way this would work is if it were to pull back down to 23.64 and hold that as support, that is a long signal. If we re-enter Friday's range and break 23.64, that is bearish. That means the bulls were unable to stave off or hold off the bears. Okay. It is 6:28. I'll start in 2 minutes. I saw some type of listeria breakout on peanuts, and I think Harmel owns the Planters, whatever, peanuts. They're green in pre-market, so they're not getting hit too hard. So if you have Planters peanuts in your house, make sure that they are not being recalled due to listeria. Lots of talk this weekend about the Berkshire Hathaway annual meeting, and that Warren had disclosed he sold 13% of his stake in Apple, and that was mainly for tax reasons. He needed to sell to pay taxes. So Tim Cook was there, so there obviously no bad blood there. ModMed, gapping up. That's a nice gap up, 5%. Next resistance is $11 psychological, then 12, then 12.22. Looks like they have earnings Wednesday after hours. Double check that if you're trading MNMD. Pretty overbought on the hourly, 4 hour. But overall, I like this 12 and 26 EMA bull cross. That looks good. This has been some really low volume on this pullback. That's good for bulls overall as well. Tilray, and then I'll throw silver in my commodity section, Matthew. I'll cover it then. Oh, third daily inside bar. All right. Torre, I see you. I commented that it was super tight with a high compression squeeze this morning, but I obviously failed to register that it was the triple daily inside bar. This is a goodie. Let's put this up here. I like it. You can play the break whichever way it breaks, bullish or bearish. All right, let's get this show on the road. Good morning. How are you? I hope you're well. This is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori. If you want to give me a follow on Twitter, at Chart Gal Lori, that'd be lovely. Let's get me up to 10,000 this year. You think we can do it? That'd be great. And I don't spam you. Matter of fact, I'm terrible. I need to start tweeting or twatting or Xing, whatever they call it now, more than I do. And give me a follow if you can. All right, so what I do here every morning is I show you my table, which we are leaning way heavier to the bull side than we are the bear side this morning. I show you the economic calendar, which is actually pretty boring for the week. If we change the filters to 3-star only, meaning that it could be highly volatile, we only have 4 events: 10-year note auction, jobless claims, 30-year bond auction. That's it. Oil inventory. So we don't have a lot of big economic events, but we do have a lot of earnings and a lot of Fed speak. I shared the Fed speak here in chat. Fed speakers this week. Look at all of them. They're talking their ears off, their own ears off. All right. So here, the only red that I got as far as the charts on ES is we have the daily 50 MA overhead. It's right there, 518384. It is right there. Typically, the initial test, you fail, pull back, and then take another run and start at it. We are right there. SPY got over it, but this is adjusted for dividends. We are gapping up, and I would say just go with the gap. So this is a go with trade. If SPY maintains its gap and it holds 512.55 as support, that is a go long, go with trade. QQQ has the daily 50 MA overhead. We're gapping up on it as well. As long as 436.48 holds as support, that is a go with trade long. And if you're a TCG member, you can type in the educational videos or the search function gap rules, and you'll see my video. I think it's from last November, where I went over gap rules and how to trade them. I like when my triggers are straightforward. We have setups and then we have triggers, and those two things are not the same. They are not the same. So the setup on ES is looking for a weekly potential lower high. That's the setup. The trigger is gap rules. So if we hold this gap from Friday as support, we pull back and we hold it as support. The trigger is that 512.55 holding as support. That is the trigger to get in the trade, and that we're going to potentially tackle that weekly lower high or negate it. All right, so SPY support 512.55 was Friday's resistance. QQQ 436.48. You made it to the live sesh. Awesome. PLTR earnings. I see that question. I want to make sure I answer that. Per trading view, it is today after hours. Yes. All right. Let me go back here. So the daily 50 MA is overhead. I didn't see any bullish price patterns that I like. They were super straightforward. And Apple is red this morning. I left it unchecked. Let's go see if I did that right, or should I check it off bear? So Buffett sold 13% of his stake. And so we have some red this morning, 182.40. We are gapping below Friday's low. The gap fills at 173.42. I don't know that we'll see 173.42 this week. Here's how I'm looking at it. We knew Apple was heavy in the first quarter, beyond super heavy. Even Dan even guessed that it was probably Buffett selling. That was his guess because it was so heavy and disconnected from the market. Well, if he sold the percent stake he wanted to sell for taxes, then he could be done selling. So we've already withstood that bad news here. That bad news has been priced in from December till March 31st or however long before he stopped selling. That's over. So, I mean, he didn't mention more selling, I don't think, from the videos and interviews that I saw. He didn't mention more selling. So that's already done. That heaviness has already been accounted for. So I don't anticipate a 173.42 gap fill, but crazier things have happened. All right. I did that. ES is over Friday's high. We have the daily 50 MA overhead. NASDAQ over Friday's high. We have the daily 50 MA overhead. RTY. We are at the daily 50 MA. We're right on it right now. We are in a daily uptrend. And Dow has the daily 50 MA overhead. So that we need to contend with that. And on my weekend video, let's see. This is something that I don't look at every day. I only look at higher time frames, daily and weekly. But I just thought this was interesting on SPY. I can see it in the 12 and 26 EMA, but look at this. Ugh. Look at MACD just crossed up bull on SPY. Look at the last time it did that over here. Here. Last time it did that was November. Actually, my birthday. Then we had this big push up. Well, we're getting another MACD cross. QQQ, we're getting another MACD cross. It hasn't done that since last October. You see it? So I find that interesting that we have MACD bullish setups on lots of charts. However, on the weekly, it's not so pretty. It's the daily that looks good on a lot of these names. And we've got runway. A runway was a word that I used way too much on this weekend's, on this weekend's video. I used the word runway too much, but look at this. We're only on 54 RSI for the daily. On QQQ, it has room to run. SPY 53.90, room to run. RTY 56 and Dow 55, room to run. How are we going to handle this daily 50 MA overhead is the question. VIX is slightly green and the market is green. 1374, 1373 double bottom right here. No, wait, that's 1348. Sorry about that. I know not to lean on these numbers. I know better. So gap fills at 1310 and we hit 1348 overnight. So we broke that 1374 support. So you're looking down at $13 and 1266. VIX is weak. Bounces, we're looking for lower highs. It is super weak. Hang Seng is green. DAX is green. Bitcoin is turning slightly red after having a very bullish day yesterday. It had a big move. It's given a lot of it back. It is now dropped below the closing price of yesterday. On the next bounce, you're looking for an hourly lower high and a 4-hour lower high on the next bounce. This gives rising wedge vibes. Higher highs, tiny ones without follow through. All right. Hood down 10% on news. Man. Come on, man. No, I don't want to do that. I don't know what the news is. Let's see. Denzi's posting it. Wells notice from staff of SEC. Okay, well, that got busted. All right. Let's go to commodities. Starting with the dollar. The dollar is weak. A 4-hour higher low is possible compared to 104.522 due to the size of the bounce. On the daily, we're looking for a lower high. The 4 hour, the lower high is likely set, and on the hourly, the lower high is set. And now on the next bounce, we're looking for a lower high compared to 105,199. Gold's taking advantage of this dollar weakness. We have a little 2 hour bull flag right under Friday's high of 233.07. Potential 2 hour bull flag. Oil's having a bouncy bullish morning. Could be forming, let me get all that gone, be gone. Could be forming a 4 hour inverse head and shoulders. 79.63 resistance and 79.90. We're at the daily 200 MA. We're looking for a weekly higher low. I'm going to take the inverse head and shoulders so you can see how we're hovering right on the daily 200 MA. And on a bounce, bears will be looking at top fish against 84.46. And Matthew wanted silver. Silver had a 4 hour falling wedge last week. It broke bull, has plenty of room for a 4 hour higher low now on the next pullback compared to 26.345. Plenty of room for 4 hour higher low. We are struggling with the daily EMAs. Potential 2 hour bull flag on silver as well. Awesome. Okay. Apple is red this morning with Buffett announcing, or whomever announced from Berkshire, that they sold 13% of their 6% Apple stake for tax reasons. So again, I think this should have been priced in already with this year's heaviness. We'll see. It is over the daily 200 MA. And we're not testing the hourly 50 MA yet. 180.30 becomes key support. We're only down 0.58%, but at this point, it is a gap down. We are gapping down below 182.66. So as long as that holds as resistance, 182.66, that is a short signal. Amazon daily inside bar bull break. Unable to get through resistance of 188.69. Amazon had a bullish reaction to earnings, potential 4 hour bull flag. 1 second. Sorry, I had to put in my coffee order. I heard the coffee machine brewing. So we have a potential 4 hour bull flag on Amazon with a squeeze. Amazon had bullish earnings. Okay, now we're going to go into the Queen of the Mountain cost. Okay, delete that. 1 second. So cost looks very bullish. If we look at it on the daily, look at the squeeze. We're not over 70 yet. 70 RSI. We did break daily resistance. And cost is gapping up above 74749. We're over the daily 50 MA. This is a very constructive chart. I love these type moves. We cooled off RSI. Volume is ticking up. Bulls are showing that they mean it. INMD. INMD caught my attention this weekend actually. I was looking at this 4 hour high compression squeeze. How often do we see these squeezing for this long? Not often. This is a pretty big squeeze, meaning pressure is building. That's what it means. A squeeze is nothing more than the Keltner channel coming inside the Bollinger Bands, and it's just that compression can only last so long, and it can break up or down. Either way, anticipate follow through. So INMD 4-hour high compression squeeze. I favor this to the bull side. I actually like this laser a whole lot. Any beauty Botox type place that you go in that has lasers, they're going to have an in mode laser in their office. If not, they're not worth going to. That's how good this laser is. But I'm not a fundamental trader. I do like this technically with this squeeze. And we've got this tightening range. Daily inside bar from Friday. I think we could play the break up or break down. I prefer a break up. All right. NVDA. NVDA has gap rules. We're gapping up about 40 cents. I think you can play this with the gap rules. If we come back and test 892.81 and we hold as support, I think you could take that long. We got over the daily 50 MA and we got over daily resistance and we got a daily squeeze. NVDA has not reported earnings yet. They have earnings Wednesday, May 22nd after hours. Tilray, third daily inside bar. I love this tightening range. I added it late. 217, 220 resistances, 207 and 202 support. You can play the break up or break down. And finally, Tesla has a squeeze. We've got this 1 hour tightening range. 185.86 resistance, support 178.42. I like this for a break up. Now a daily lower high is possible compared to 198.87. Just be aware of that. Tesla can do some pretty rough things as far as fake outs, but I like this tightening range. I like sound. I almost put it on the list today because of the squeeze. Look at that squeeze right there. I was looking at it this morning. And they have earnings this week. They have a tightening range. And they have earnings Thursday after hours. They had some type of bad news. I forget what it was. Was it dilution or miss on earnings? I forget. And it just kind of makes me hesitate with these small cap names. I'm glancing. I just brought y'all Tilray, so I'm glancing. Daily inside bar bull break about 2 cents and came back within, so that's not a bull break. This name has a lot of work to do. Got a lot of bag holders overhead. CGC is getting tight on the hourly chart, just like Tilray. Tilray has 3 daily inside bars where CGC was unable to manage that. We broke down below the prior day low, but we do have declining bear volume, and it looks like you got earnings coming up May 30th. All right, that's it for me. I'm going to shut down this broadcast and go boot up the broadcast for TCG Live, where I'll go live and take you through the market open. So TCG members, I'll see you in a few minutes, and pre-gamers, I guess I'll see you tomorrow. All right, y'all, use stop losses.